Yeah, we have some unusual hobbies.
This is so insanely cool.
Usually, we're traveling, but right now we're in a tiny apartment in Germany and trying to connect with some of our favorite creative outlets. From fixing things to making to giving old crap a new life. These are the ones we like the most, for now. And while being on the road full time already taught us a lot about being creative within constraints, it has not been easy to dive into our passions again here. Because while most people have a lot of space for their hobbies, we currently have public parking lots. So naturally, one project will guaranteed get out of hand.
Oh my goodness.
While another will give us more joy than we could have imagined.
I hear music! Greek music!
Before we started a life on the road, we lived in a spacious village in Germany and had a pretty sweet setup to build our camper van, including a private parking spot and the garage in which we created the furniture for our van out of literal bootstraps. Today, having that kind of space is far from our reality.
This is how you do it. You hold on here, on the right.
Oh,
That's why I said move away.
this is so difficult.
Oh wait, and now like this, and then you can just...
Rip it off. Woo! Yes! Okay, we want to go camping in the Netherlands and elsewhere in the upcoming weeks. But in order for our van to be able to do that, we have to fix the leaks on this roof vent. And when we first installed it, we made quite a lot of mistakes. We have to correct that now, which means taking the old stuff off and then installing a new part. So that's what we're gonna do in the next... So that's what we'll be doing in the next 2 days time we have to do this. After that, it's going to rain. And you don't want a hole in your car when it's raining, right? I just got a huge piece off, yay!
It's like removing gum.
Oh my god. Pull it, pull it, pull it! Don't cut your finger off.
Oh my god.
Show the piece.
This is
Nice.
tons of pieces.
There is nothing worse than getting water in your home where it's not supposed to be. This specific leak had already been a problem for us since right before we left Germany. And it taunted us all the way throughout our trip in Southern Europe. For future adventures, we really needed to get rid of it. But whether we would succeed this time was not guaranteed. We are just working from this super random parking lot in the city because we don't have our own garage anymore.
Yeah.
So we have no space to work on the car except for public spaces. Sorry for all the loud noises. Problem is we are almost fully in the sun now and it's midday. So we're trying to hurry and get this done because we basically lose our working spot now because of the sun.
But I mean, we're almost ready, right?
Yeah. Careful, it's the knife.
You think I got it working? I don't know how you guys feel, but I really enjoy the process of making and fixing things. I got these Walkmans, this one and another one over there. This is a vintage one from Samsung. This one is actually without a manual. I just opened it and I figured the most likely issue with it is going to be the belt, so I had to replace it.
Finding these old Walkmans on online platforms that sell secondhand stuff is rather easy. Fixing the insides without available instructions, however, seems rather daunting. But if you have an interest in tinkering with electronics, this probably looks like a really cool challenge. And the reward can be very satisfying.
Why does this not work?
Something's turning. That means this elastic band thingy works now.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. Let's put in a cassette. Maybe like this? No, the reader looks to be up here. I'll bring my headphones.
Oh, you're sweating.
Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna do one ear you, one ear me. Let's see if this works. You don't hear music, right?
No.
Oh shit.
It's doing something.
What are these? Yeah, this is for the headphones. Ah, here's the volume spinner. Okay.
There we go. It sounds like a vinyl. I hear music! Greek music!
Maybe we
Turn it
can-
up, turn it up.
This is so insanely cool, the audio. Come here. Fast and slower also.
Nice.
That's really cool.
Fixing up a couple of ancient Walkmans is pretty cool, I gotta admit. But Ali is the kind of person who usually pursues multiple interests. So let me show you what other exciting projects he got into. Maybe in over his head.
No. Well, about making, I recently saw how good these printers by Bamboo have gotten. So I got a little bit overeager and I wanted to start building stuff, maybe for our van, maybe some organization, also for our trips. So I got this, which is a crazy thing to get as a digital nomad.
So Ali, why do you like making stuff so much?
So I've recently, a couple years ago, or last year, I started drawing. And I've always been into like making, engineering, all kinds of stuff. And I just think it's just a really fun way to express yourself. Should I look up the chords quickly?
Sure.
So this is a 3D printer from Bamboo Lab. So I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with it this winter. If you guys don't know about 3D printing, first of all, it's really cool. So back in the days, 3D printing was still pretty complex. Or like, it wasn't like that complex, but it was just like often a chore getting things like perfect or like especially with the cheaper ones, finding like a level base. Now you can get a really good 3D printer for like $200 and you don't have to worry about how does the printer work. You just worry about what do I want to print, you know? So you either get a model or you 3D model something yourself. And the printer just works. This wasn't the case unless you spent a lot of money 5 years ago. I wanted to show you all the filaments I got, but they are not in this box. Yeah, this is just 3D printer. Where the is my rest? Let me check my order.
Ready.
Day 2. Found a different spot to work from, so see what we got here.
It was day 2 of fixing the roof vent on Otis. And this day was all about removing our previous unsuccessful work. So much rust. Including the old fan frame and gunky butyl tape and Sikaflex that had not managed to waterproof the hole.
Oh, rust.
It took us a long time before we reached a clean surface. A couple hours later, we were finally getting ready to put fresh paint down to permanently cover our old mistakes. There's the smile all of a sudden. We are tired. How long still?
40 minutes.
Minutes?
Yeah, sort of sketch why do bartenders always shake up there? Because this looks really weird when you can't see over the counter.
Yeah, it looks weird. This is where people unsubscribe. And I gotta say, it felt awesome to fulfill this step in the process, knowing that our van was getting ready for new upcoming adventures.
Anything important, right?
I don't think there's anything important.
Just finished the paint job. The lengths of things we have to go through in order to execute or enjoy our hobbies without having a proper home is just pretty crazy, right? Luckily your family has made us some pizza and we can take a break now. Almost done.
Step by step, right? And I'm excited to set up my 3D printer.
Because of our lack of space, Ali set up his 3D printer in his old room at his parents' house. From there, it was super easy to produce the first test print from an existing design. Pretty cool. The printer worked. But back at our tiny studio apartment, and with bigger ambitions, it proved to be pretty difficult to create a complete own design from scratch.
Trying to get these things to be aligned, it's really difficult actually. Because I really like how this looks. So I'm learning Fusion 360 to learn how to model things myself. So I can 3D print things that I find useful. If I ever have an idea, I want something super specific for myself, I don't know, some holder for this, I can go measure this and build something around it. The 3D printer just gives me the ability to bring my ideas from what they call the bits to the atoms, from the digital world into the real world. So it's pretty fun. Yeah, let's see how that turns, what I can build.
Get in the box. You don't fit in there.
Alright, let's see if this works. First time I 3D printed a self-modeled thing. Oh boy, that's a lot of adhesion.
Ooh. Ooh.
Okay, let's see. Moment of truth. Does it fit? Oh boy. I think the problem is just that this is hard plastic. So you have to give it it doesn't bend like other ones would, so
Yeah.
I don't know if I can squeeze that in there without it breaking. All right, well, today's lesson.
So does it fit or does it not fit?
It's not binary, Marola.
You just try again.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. This was my first time trying, so it's pretty fun.
Just try again is probably one of the best ways to describe our journey with our sometimes challenging hobbies. But most times, following a passion is worth the risk of failure. When we bought a van, I had no idea how to handle a power drill, let alone drive in a screw. But after years of making mistakes and learning, things have changed quite a lot. Even if it means redoing the entire installation of our roof ventilator, at least I can still say that I fixed that myself. But the question is, will I manage before the rain? Alright, I'm back at the van. It's day 3 and I feel so stressed. It can start raining any second. According to the forecast, there is a dry window for about an hour, but it's never that reliable, right? And the other reason I'm stressed is that I have no idea if this job will go well, because I have to manage to fit the new frame in the same position as the old. In other words, the new screws have to line up with the old screw holes. And once I put this sealant down, it might be hard to change anything. So wish me luck. Thanks to the heavy rainfall of the previous days, water had leaked through the protective cover on top of the van and gotten dangerously close to our giant hole. Better get to work. But before I could drive these new screws through the new roof vent attachments, I first had to apply a nice and thick layer of sealant, hoping we would never have leaks again. Oh, so nervous. Down a little bit. Seems to be looking good already, but the real pressure will be applied once those screws are going through.
So Marola, how do you express yourself creatively?
I guess mostly through building our van. Next step. This one. I've always been quite a maker type of person. When I was a young lady, I was building shelters for my 3 rabbits together with my uncle. So I knew how to hold a hammer and stuff from a pretty young age. And I just really like working with my hands and creating something from scratch. Even if you have no idea what you're doing, you just start and you learn along the way. God, I hope this is right. Yeah, it's just so important to get out of your head and do something with your hands. It doesn't have to be as extreme as 3D printing or building a whole camper van. It can be very simple, like just drawing a little bit using watercolors, writing something. Huh?
Doodling.
Yeah, I guess that's my answer.
Elaborate.
The support troops arrived.
Which support troops?
You!
Yeah. Okay. Alright, yeah. This was a giant hassle and we had to keep removing the blobs and drilling holes because the screws are way too big, so they didn't go through the metal.
At first.
And now, last one. And we might have a little bit too little of that sealant.
Here goes. Always living in different places doesn't mean giving up hobbies. You just have to get creative about how you do them.
Nice. Alright, that's all of them, right?
Oh my goodness. For now, this is what our creative life looks like in Germany. And we would love it if you could come along with us. Because very soon, we'll be back on the road again. All right, we did it for now. But the big question is, are we gonna keep it dry this time? In other words, will this new installation be leak-free as well?
As well.
I guess we're gonna find out very, very soon. Well, looks like we just made the cut again.
Yeah.
It's, we're tightening the shield and we're getting drenched, but Otis is not.
Hopefully.